Welcome to Blue Rapids, Kansas. I actually came here a couple years ago when I was exploring the Oregon Trail, and I just passed through really quickly. I remember this circular town square, and since I've been here, there's new things. This mural right there over my shoulder was painted about a year ago, and is spectacular as you check things out. But this square has a lot of really cool buildings, a lot of interesting history here in Blue Rapids. So let's take a stroll around it and learn a little bit more about the town. Blue Rapids is located in Marshall County, Kansas. Marshall County is in the northeastern part of Kansas and borders Nebraska on the north. Blue Rapids is located in the southwestern area of the squared shaped county and is the second largest town in Marshall County. They first tried to start a town here in 1857, located on the river. Seemed like a natural place. It was also near the Oregon Trail, and it was near the Pony Express, passed by Blue Rapids not too far away. But the first attempts of creating the town in 1857 were unsuccessful. And then about 1869, there were a group of about 50 families from New York that came in and started the town for good. Right here, we're looking at the monument to the Ice Age, dedicated in May of 2012. Features descriptions of the Ice Age times, continental glaciers, and Sioux Quartzsite. It's the oldest rocks in Kansas. And this monument is here in Blue Rapids because the abundant natural resources brought here were created over about 10,000 years ago by the Ice Age. Back to the history of the town. The railroad was built through this area about the same time the town was getting started, and in 1872, Blue Rapids was officially incorporated. One of the first projects they had here was building a stone dam and a iron bridge over the Big Blue River. They also built a hydroelectric power plant in the late 1800s, and it provided power and manufacturing for the town. There was a lot of growth at that time, and population peaked in 1910 at over 1,750 people. As we continue to walk around the town square here and looking at some of these older buildings on the outside, the building to the left of where it says Blue Valley Cafe is the public library, built in 1875. It's the oldest library west of the Mississippi in continuous operation in the same building. As you can see, how the population grew for the first several census recordings, like I said, all the way until 1910, and then it was a pretty steady population for a good 50 years, and then has gradually declined to 928. This building that we walked past earlier is the Blue Rapids Museum, and it's a terrific place to stop and learn about not only the history of Blue Rapids, but of many other communities around this area. It's a very nicely done museum. I particularly enjoyed the baseball memorabilia here, as it is the home to the smallest town to ever host a National League baseball game. Kind of a remarkable accomplishment for a small town. Has some cool displays from the high schools, and Blue Rapids High School was now not existing anymore, and houses a lot of the trophies and different things from the high school. Some information about the Pony Express and the Oregon Trail, and then some ghost towns in the area, which we will be exploring in another video. But that was Bigelow, and this is Irving, and you can see how there used to be a town, and I can tell you now that there's nothing there anymore. One of the best parts was she opened up this suitcase full of old diaries written by people who lived in Blue Rapids and the different areas, some dating back, as you can see, as far as the 1870s. We head out now to the baseball field where the White Sox played the New York Giants. And once again, this is the smallest town to ever host a Major League Baseball game. Quite a few famous people played here, including Jim Thorpe that day. That name rings a bell. Olympic gold medalist, professional football and baseball player. There's a couple different fields out here, so I'm not sure which one they played on, but I liked how this one looked. Got the old stone backstop there, and great that they take pride in the history of the baseball in Blue Rapids. For a town of 928 people, there is so much to see in Blue Rapids. The museum was great, had a great tour. All the kind of, ghost towns of the area are in there, and just some amazing history, like those diaries, like from the 1870s. It's just crazy to think about. That stuff is not things you can find online, and but you got to come to a place like Blue Rapids and explore and meet the people and really get to learn about the history. And there's towns like this all across America that are just historical in their own way. Hey, you made it all the way to the end of the video. And now that you're here, let me tell you a little bit more about all the other things going on this channel. If you want to become a member, you can become a member on either Patreon or YouTube memberships. There's 3 different levels, and as you are on a different level, there's more and more things, behind the scenes videos, different things that you're going to be able to gain access to. Make sure you check out my website, travelwithawiseguy.com. There's a whole bunch of new stuff on there. There's a merchandise link with some new cool merchandise. There's a newsletter that you can sign up for. About every 3 weeks I send out a new newsletter that's free. I have Google Maps, which has documented every place that I've made a video about, and you can click on there and you can go to the map and you can find the videos that I made, and it's all in one very convenient place. There's lots and lots of other stuff on there, so make sure to check out the website and explore all around what I've got going on. But once again, thank you so much for watching this video.